Welcome to Wanja's Health Diary. On part 3 today, we explore maggot therapy from the perspective of a patient who has not only used it once, but twice, and is today talking about his personal experience. Edi Ndirangu. Karibu sana, Wanja's Health Diary.
Asante.
Kunawa marafiki wanaitwa maggots. Tell us how you came to adopt the maggot therapy.
It was just a learning process.
Yes.
I did not think I'd ever come across maggots anywhere. As we're told, maggots are only for the dead and all that.
So take us to the background on what prompted you to opt for the maggot therapy. Where was your wound?
On my right leg and on my big toe.
Okay. What was the history behind that wound, and how long had it taken you before you declared this is a stubborn wound and it wasn't healing?
The wound took almost 4 months to heal. Okay. As you have the wound, you keep going back to the doctors because it started as a blister. So it became wider and deeper.
Okay. What options were placed on the table before you decided, to opt for the maggots?
The first, when I got the wound, because it was a blister, I was told to take antibiotics. So we tried the best antibiotics. Then it got worse. As it got worse, they started telling me they're going to amputate my toe.
Yeah.
So I found that is a harsh method. So I told them, no, better look for something else. So we brought up the maggot treatment.
Okay. So the first day when the maggots came to your house and the treatment was explained, what did you feel? What was your perception?
First and foremost, I went through the YouTube to learn about it, what process it is. As I continued learning about it, I decided to go for it.
What are some of the discussions you had with your wife or your daughter about maggot therapy?
First and foremost, I had to look at those who've lost their toes and study them and observe them.
Yeah.
I cannot lose the toe again if I can try and recover it.
I know how much his legs mean to him. So I was against it being amputated. So when he told me the maggots, I was like, we try. Yeah. If he didn't have his legs, he wouldn't have his life. So it would make him depressed, and I would not want to see my dad depressed.
And in terms of what you got to understand about, the maggots, why do you think they're a better option in managing wounds like your dad's?
Because the wound itself, why it's not healing, is because the dead flesh keeps rotting. So as it rots, it kills the nerves around it. So the maggot was able to clean the wound, so the infected flesh is no longer there. So the plasma will be able to close up the wound in helping it to heal. So if it wasn't for the maggots, it had gone to his bone. So his bone would have started rotting, then subsequently all the other bones, then amputating, just not the toes, it would have been the whole leg. Yeah.
So they were applied on day one.
Yeah.
Would you explain to us how within those 48 hours, how it was?
Actually, you feel nothing. Until now, the 46, 47 hours is when you start feeling, because now they've got to the sensitive part of the leg, because the rest is dead skin. It's when you start feeling them, you start feeling itchy, then a little pain, itchy. By the time you remove them, they're quite big.
But when you looked at your wounds, before the 48 hours and after, these micro soldiers had done their job, how was the wound?
When they put in the maggots, you don't see them.
Yeah.
But once they remove them, is when now you know there are maggots.
Okay. Because they're moving all over the place.
No, they're quite big.
Yeah.
You can see them, now you can see.
Yeah. Because they've eaten and they've grown, and now they are looking to explore to other places for food.
Yeah.
Okay. That was the first time that you used the maggots. Explain the second time when you opted for this therapy.
What happened is the first time the maggots, they ate the flesh, but they had not fully eaten the dead flesh, all of it, because they were eating particular places. By the time they finished eating, the hours were over, so they had not finished.
Oh, they hadn't finished the job. Yeah.
So now the second time we put them is when now we made sure that they're enclosed much tighter. And my foot is good,
Okay.
but still there's that hard crust on it. As you bath, it gets smaller.
Okay. And in terms of, what do you tell your friends or families about, maggot therapy? Is it something that they should consider, including probably the cost?
Costed me not a lot, but good money.
Okay, good. But compared to other options like either surgery to cut your toes or any other, would you consider them a cheaper option?
Yes, anytime. Now it's to go back and do my sports.
All right. So you're in athletics or which particular sports?
All
of them. Okay. So thanks to the maggots.
Anytime.
All right. So Eddie is a happy man, and more so because the maggots did a painless and a clean job and giving back not only his toes, but also his feet and a sporty lifestyle. Thank you for watching Wanja's Health Diary.